Need you for the old me, need you for my sanity, need you to remind me where I come from. Can you remind me of my gravity? Ground me when I'm tumbling, spiraling, plummeting down to earth. You get me down to earth. You know a song that like know, but like you like don't know, but you know? Like, I feel like that's all SZA's songs to me because, like, I don't know the words that she's saying, but, like, I feel you, sis. Like, same, twin. You could be saying anything, and I'll be like, twin. Hello, guys. Welcome to a podcast I call As Your Big Sister with your host, me, Asia, my queen. How are you doing today? Good? Good. Welcome to a podcast where I give you big sister advice from a big sister as a big sister who wish she had a big sister because, wow, I would have been a badder bitch. How are you doing? Oh, I already asked you that. Sorry. Yeah. I've been having a really good day. Y'all. So in the morning, I like to go outside and just like see things like trees and grass and stuff like that, you know? And the other day, like, I think it was a gunshot. I don't know if it was a gunshot. You know, sometimes it's like, okay, it could be like that pop that cars make. I don't know how it does it, but like it could be that or, you know, someone could be shooting. And yeah, like that happened. And why was the lady that owns the dogs that attacked me, right? Because if you guys are new listeners, I was attacked by two dogs 2 years ago, and I will never, ever, ever let anyone forget about what I went through, right? So this lady was outside while I was outside just experiencing the sun, just, you know, trying to like soak up the things. I was smoking my little J, you know how I do. And she was like, "What was that?" All scared. And I was like, "Oh, it was, smoking, looking cool." I was like, "It was just a car. One of the cars like did that little popping sound or whatever." And she goes, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm positive." Was I positive? No. But I just wanted her to shut the hell up. Because let's be honest, the only thing we should be fearing in this situation, the only thing that has proved that they should be feared are your rat dogs. She's always trying to like act all scared about everything. I'm like, dude, like the other day, there was a loose dog out here. It was like, it kind of looked like a pit. I don't know. Like maybe a pit mixed with like a lab or something. And the dog was like super nice, super friendly. But you know, he had some size on him. And the lady was like so scared with her dog. So she was like, "Oh my God, oh my God. How do you know fear, ma'am? Like, how do you know fear with your terror of animals? Two dogs attacked me. Both of your dogs viciously attacked me, and you're scared of something around this bitch?" Hold on, guys. My ice machine is just like so loud. Oh my God. My girlfriend's always asking me why I turn it off. Well, like maybe because it literally shakes the whole house every time it's trying to make new ice. Maybe that's why. So yeah, like that lady is just a piece of shit. She gets on my nerves. Like she's fake scared. It's like, bitch, you are the fear in this community if we want to keep it a buck. But I don't know why, like I can't just like go off on her. Like it's so annoying. Like why I can't just be like, "Listen, bitch, stop talking to me. Stop acknowledging that I exist. Leave me alone and just like disappear from my life with those ugly ass fucking dogs. They're so ugly." Anyways, something that brought light to my morning was listening to kids play outside. There was a bunch of kids and, their parents. It looked like there was just like a family gathering at the pool. And it just reminded me when I used to hang out with my cousins. Like, y'all, I have like 45 cousins, right? My grandma had 3 kids. My grandma on my mom's side, she had 3 kids and like has like maybe almost 20 grandkids. My mom has 5. My aunt has 5. And my uncle had like 10. Didn't take care of any. So it's just like, like, don't be impressed. But like, so like my grandma has a lot of grandkids. And so like I remember summers just playing with my cousins, and my dad has one sister and she had 3, 4 kids, but she didn't take care of one of her kids. Well, none of her kids, but one of her kids, my mom adopted. So that's my brother. Anyways, I would always play with my cousins, and it was just like so fun, dude. Like the adrenaline you would get when you knew you're about to go hang out with your cousins is just something I have never experienced ever since I became an adult. Like still to this day, actually, like when I know I'm about to go to my aunt's house and see my cousins, like it just makes me feel like so good. Cause I'm like, oh my God, like they're going to say something fucking crazy. We're going to laugh so hard because like we're both like going to say something crazy, and like we just like get each other, you know what I mean? And we kind of like say anything to each other, and like maybe it's not the best thing, but like we're family. So like seeing that this morning, like seeing all these kids and their family and you could tell cousins and siblings and stuff like that, seeing that just reminded me of like the time when I didn't know who certain people were. So I got to see them as like Uncle Tom. Wait, whoa. That's like, come on now. But like Uncle Fred and like Uncle or Aunt this, you know what I mean? I just got to see them as like, I thought they were cool because they had a cell phone and they had like a juicy shirt and like Fat Farm pants. I thought they were so cool. And then like getting older and just like finding out or just like looking back and like being like, wow, that person was a terrible guy. Like that lady was a terrible person. It just sucks sometimes knowing things is what I'm trying to say. Like, wow, I just miss the times where I thought linear, I didn't look at people as full human beings. I didn't look at my mother, my father, my grandpa. I didn't look at them as full human beings. I just thought of my grandpa as this like cool guy that like always bought me Barbies and like told me he loved me and always prayed for me and all these things. And then getting to a certain age and then finding out about the person he actually was. Even at the times where he was doing all these beautiful things for me, he wasn't a good guy. Or he was a mixture of so many things. Like it's kind of hard to think that way. It's like when we're watching these true crime documentaries, we see this serial killer or this person that goes around causing mayhem, and we're like, what a fucking dick, what a sociopath, what a this, what a that, right? But I'm sure there was one person in their life that didn't see them that way. That was like, wow, like George was such a good guy. Like he, we used to play crosswords together, and we used to go out and go to a good bar. We would, buy a cup of drinks. Like, like there's somebody that has a story like that about George. But if we look at George as a whole human being, we can't cancel out the fact that George affected a lot of people's lives in a negative way. So going back to what I was saying, I miss those times where I just saw people as what they did for me. And what has fucked me up even more, right, is I have to leave room for there being a possibility that they're not, they might not be a good person. Or I leave room for a little error. Depending on what I find out, it might trump how much of a cool guy George is. But I just miss just being in bliss. When I was a young warthog. Accept the good that people are attempting to give you. You know, accept the good that people are attempting to give you, the good in themselves that they're trying to give you, but know that this isn't all that this person is. Know that there's going to be some times where this person fucks up. And also trust yourself in knowing that you will draw that boundary if the rest that you find out makes them a total terrible person. You know, have a list of things that you won't tolerate. If I find this about you, I mean, you know, this whole Diddy situation, finding out all of the things that he is being accused of, being a graper, sex trafficker, just a terrible, awful human being. Everything that you can name that makes up a terrible person, he said, let's check that off. You know, finding out all this stuff, right? You do begin to think like, or I begin to think, how did this get past so many people? Was it the money? Was it the flashy stuff that blinded your eyes? The Jonas Brothers have a song called Don't Speak. And Nick Jonas comes in with a nasty verse. He says, there's a lot that you don't notice when you read between the lines. The future's out of focus when you're blinded by the light. Right? I don't know what they really meant by that, but, you know, for me, what I got out of that was, you know, you can't see motherfuckers straight because, you know, all the bling, all the flashy stuff, all the pretty things is distracting you from the fact that this person is a fucking dickhead. But, you know, I'm just not one that's like super like hype for like flashy stuff. Like I'll be like, oh my God, that's that bling bling. Wow, that house is big as, oh my God, that mansion. Oh, that is so nice. That car from, and like it starts and stops there. You know what I mean? Like it's not something, those things don't make me feel like you're any better than me. Those things don't make me feel like you're any better than this next person. Those things actually, let's take it a step further. Those things don't even make me want to be around you more. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't, you know? And maybe it's because like I didn't grow up with money, you know, like I wasn't eating crumbs off the ground, but like, yes, were we, you know, eating Spam sandwiches from time to time? Indeed. That Spam sandwich my grandma made that one time, I was like, good Lord, this is gooder than a bitch. And it came out of that can. She hooked it up too, girl. She toasted the bread. She put that tomato. You know what I mean? So it's like, I grew up like this, right? And like, I don't know, just like those things just don't impress me as far as me thinking that you're just like a cooler person, you know, because cool people to me are people who are funny, who are smart, you know, who know things that I don't know, you know, who are attentive, who are polite, who are patient. Like, that's cool to me, and that could come in any tax bracket. So, like, you having this nice car, like, doesn't mean much to me. Because I've also seen people with nice cars and, missing back teeth. I've also seen people with nice cars and, BO, So it's like, what does that mean for real? Yeah, like I've seen people with nice houses and expensive rings and chains on and can't hold a good conversation. So it's like, what am I going to do with you having money? You know what I mean? As somebody that's like, on the other side, it's like, what am I going to do with your money? So like, it doesn't really impress me. It doesn't make me want to hang out with you more. It doesn't make me want to do any of that. So that's why I'm just like wondering, no, I'm not wondering. I'm trying to like, I want people to value more things other than money. Like, yeah, like money's cute. Like, I love money, because I love shopping and I love getting my nails done. I love lip gloss. However, it can't be that fucking serious. Do you get what I'm saying? It cannot be that serious. It cannot, you cannot risk your life just because you want, Instagram followers, guys. You can't, getting a message from somebody saying, hey girl, I can help you with your profile. Like, I'm an influencer, da da da. And then you go to her page and she hardly has post. Or you go to her page and her engagement is shit. Or you go to her page and like there's no collaborations with any brands. Like, let's critical thinking. Let's you know what I mean? Let's think for a second. Yes. Oh yeah, I get to be invited to these parties with Diddy. Yay. But is that worth your life? Because it sounds like that's what it was. Sorry guys, I live in the ghetto, so they're trying to find somebody. The helicopters are going. Sometimes you'll even hear somebody, hey, we're looking for John Smith. It's like, John Smith isn't here. But yeah, like, guys, like, we have to like value our life a little more. And I know that society wants us to, rush our process. And sometimes rushing our process will have us running into ditties. Because we can't be patient and just work hard. And not saying the people who are wrapped up in the shit that he was doing weren't working hard. But like, sometimes people wanted to be around him just because they wanted to be seen with him because they could get their career started. And now look, they're in these lawsuits, or he slapped the shit out you. He just because you wanted to go to brunch, nigga. So I just want us to have a little more self-respect. And I know that there's other things that people go through that attract them to personalities like Diddy. So it's more than just self-respect. So let me just like not like just like draw that line there, because, I'm watching the Menendez documentary on Netflix. Y'all, like, I don't recommend it, but I recommend it at the same time. If you guys don't know who they are, let me just, recap a little bit. Two brothers that killed both of their parents and alleged that their father was abusive and their mother really didn't give a fuck about the fact that the father was abusive. So they were like, you know what, let's take both of them out. I mean, they said that they unalived their mother because they wanted to put her out of her misery because she was very depressed about the fact that the father was just a complete dickhead. However, there was parts where it looked like the mom had an idea that the dad was, sexually abusing the two children, and she didn't do anything. And I'm sure, I mean, I don't want to, put that on them. I can guess I could be like, girl, I don't care about you neither. You could get the fuck. See, this is not like, let's not make jokes about this, but like, there's a part of me that thinks like, okay, one was 18, one was like 2021. Like, why didn't you guys just like run away or like just like leave? You guys are grown men. But like, when someone's psychologically abused in the way that they were, that's not a thought. Or if it is, it's not something that you would feel like you can do. You know, I'm not even like, you're like, okay, that's like not even a possibility. Like the only way I can get out of this situation with my father is by unaliving him. And so like we look at victims who go through abuse and we're like, why don't you just leave? Why don't you, like, sis, like it's like not that easy. It's not that easy to just one day have self-respect. So let me, again, I spoke a little too fast. But I do think that there are people who are willing to sell themselves for a hangout with somebody that's like even a little popular. I tell this story all the time. I'll never forget, like, social media changed forever for me when my friend at the time told me, hey, let's go hang out with so-and-so. And I asked her, I said, who's so-and-so? She was like, this girl that has a blank amount of followers. And I was so confused. I was like, why did I have to know how many followers she had? Because I guess that was going to convince me to, hang out with her. I don't know. But that's just what it is. And, well, that's just what it is for some people. And so, like, y'all, my mom always said, a friend could get you into more shit than you could get out of. And I'll extend it. A person, somebody, especially somebody that's acting like they could present you with an opportunity. They could get you into more shit than you could get out of. So I'll throw another gem in there for you guys. As your big sister, look around. Who did you help? Somebody coming up to you, hey, I could get you here. Where's the proof? Oh, look, this person. Okay, what did they have to do? Oh, they did this. Okay, let me talk to them. Hey, what did you have to do for this person to help you into this? Ask around. Because questions can save your life, girl. I'm telling you. So we're going to wrap this episode up. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much. Don't forget to tell everybody that I'm beautiful, kind, smart, and sexy. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Asia My Queen. Subscribe to the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you find podcasts. Follow me on Instagram, Asia My Queen, or the podcast Instagram, As Your Big Sister. And it's both of that on TikTok too, As Your Big Sister and Asia My Queen. Follow. This is As Your Big Sister. I'm Asia My Queen. Bye-bye.